Hey guys, welcome back to the Workplace and Apprenticeship 20 videos. This is the second part of our lesson 1.2 talking about grade, angle of elevation, and distance. And this here is example number 2 in your notes. So Martin is driving his truck on the Trans-Canada Highway. There is a sign indicating a 7% grade. In part A of the question, we want to know what is the slope of the fraction. So I'm just going to underline part of the question here. They want to know here, what is the slope of the road as a fraction? So that's going to be really important here. And in order to solve this question, you have to use what you're given in the question. You're not given a whole lot. All you know is that you have a 7% grade. So looking at what we're given the percent grade. So we can go back and look at our formula that we learned in last lesson. So in the last lesson, we learned that our percent grade, which I labeled as PG, that was equal to your slope or your rise over run, and that was multiplied by 100%. From there, we can fill in what we know. We know the percent grade was 7%, so let's fill that in for PG. So you have 7% is equal to your rise over your run, times that by 100%. From here, we want to isolate this rise over run, because if you guys remember in your previous lessons, rise over run is your slope. So to find your rise over run means you're finding the slope, which would be answering this question. So we're basically going to treat this entire fraction as, almost as if it were a variable on its own. So we want to get rid of this multiplied by 100%. So to do that, you have to do your opposite operation, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So you're going to divide by 100%. And because this is an equation, you have your equal sign here. You have to do that to the other side as well. So divide your left side by 100% as well. And what we will notice is that our units here will cancel out. So we get rid of our percent symbols, and we're left with 7 over 100 is equal to rise over run. So as I was saying, your rise over run is your slope. So you actually just found the slope of the road. And here it's left as in fraction form. Just to finish part A here, we do need to write a sentence for the word problem. And a sentence that would work is the slope of the road is 7 over 100. And then we're all done for part A. Moving on to part B. We need to find the angle of elevation of the road. So to find your angle of elevation of the road, you have to use the equation that I gave you at the beginning of this lesson. And you're going to be using the second equation where we're given the angle. So here you're dealing with your angle is equal to the tan inverse of your slope, which is your rise over run. So in this case here, we know that our rise over run is equal to 7 over 100. So we can just put 7 over 100 into our equation and solve for theta. So we have theta is equal to tan inverse of 7 over 100. And from here, we can just put this straight into our calculator. One note here is just make sure that your calculator is in degrees. And it should be labeled as a capital D on your calculator, or also DEG. Just make sure your calculator does not say a capital R on the, maybe it's usually in the top right of your screen, or a capital G, because those are two different types of units. The R stands for radians, the G stands for gradians, and these are totally different than degrees. So make sure it does not say an R or a G on your calculator. If you guys are ever stuck trying to figure out how to get it to degrees, just make sure you come and ask me in class, because I don't want you to get frustrated over something like changing into degrees, which is usually just a simple push of a button on your calculator. So to finish off this question, we do have to answer this with a sentence. So we could say that the angle of elevation is 4 degrees. And once you guys are done writing that sentence, you guys have properly answered that question, and you guys are ready to move on. So that concludes this video, and thank you guys so much for watching.